Good morning, students. Welcome to the class again. Dear students, as you all observing on the screen, today we are going to start our new chapter, that is chapter number 5, and it is a poem, I Dream a World by Langston Hughes. But before starting the poem, I want to share a little information about the poet, that is Langston Hughes. Full name of Langston Hughes was James Mercer Langston Hughes, and he was an American poet and a social activist, novelist, playwright, and a columnist. He was born in 1902 in Joplin, Missouri, Langston Hughes, and grew up mainly in Lawrence, Kansas. When his poem The Weary Blues won first prize in the poetry section of the 1925 Opportunity magazine literary contest, Hughes' literary career was launched. His first volume, also titled The Weary Blues, appeared in 1926. Langston Hughes uses the rhymes of African American music, particularly blues and jazz, in his poems. This set his poetry apart from that of other writers. It is also allowed him to experiment with a very rhythmic free verse. So, in most of his poems, his theme was the same. He was talking about the white and black race. So let's start the poem, but before starting the poem, I want to ask a question to all of you. And now my question is, if you want to make this world a better place to live, what would you like to add to it and what would you like to eliminate? Means, what would you like to delete from this world? I know everyone has his own opinion about this question, but in my opinion, if I get the chance to add, I would like to add peace, brotherhood, equality, love, and I would like to eliminate, to delete illiteracy, poverty, greed, hunger from this world. I want to make this world a better place to live. Now I am going to recite this poem. Firstly, two stanza. I dream a world where man no other will scorn, where love will bless the earth and peace its path adorn. I dream a world where all will know sweet freedom's way, where greed no longer saps the soul, nor avarice blights our day. Now, in first stanza, the meaning of scorn is hate, contempt, and the meaning of adorn is decorate. So, the first line of the poem is I dream a word, means the poet is dreaming a different word for us, and when we dream something, it will be definitely better. And what type of word he is dreaming for us? Where no man will scorn other, means where no man will hate other, and love is prevailing everywhere. Love, where love will bless the earth, means love is prevailing everywhere on the earth. And the last line of the stanza is peace, and peace its path adorns, means where there is a peace everywhere and it adorns, means decorate the paths of the world. And in second stanza, the poet is dreaming a world where all will know the sweet freedom's way. Means he's talking about the white and black race, because he is generally write about the white and black people in his poems or in his writing. And in this poem he is also writing about the freedom of the black and white people, where greed no longer saps the souls. It means he is dreaming a world where greed, means desire, no longer weaken our souls. Souls means spirits. Nor avarice blights our day. Means avarice means extreme desire for wealth, and blights means damage. He is dreaming a world where the extreme desire of wealth will not damage our day. Means our day will be always bright. Now I am going to recite third and fourth stanza of the poem. Third stanza is a world I dream where black or white, whatever race you be, will share the bounties of the earth, and every man is free. Where wretchedness will hang its head, and joy, like a pearl, attend the needs of all mankind, of such I dream our world. So in third stanza, race means group, communities, and bounties of the earth. Bounties means gifts, natural resources of the earth. Now in this stanza, the poet dreams where black or white people, whatever race you be, means no matter whatever race you belong to, whatever you are black or you are white people, every man will share the natural things, the natural gifts, the natural resources of the earth equally, and every man is free on this earth. So in fourth stanza, wretchedness, there is a word wretchedness, it means unhappiness. In these lines, the poet says that misery will be eliminated and there will be joy everywhere in the world. In this stanza, joy is compared with pearl. So here the poet uses a figure of speech where we compare two different things by using a word as, like, or so. It is called simile. So here the poet uses the figure of speech simile by comparing the joy with pearl. Now there is a question, why he has compared the joy with pearl and what is the similarity between two? He compared the joy with pearl because we find joys from inner of ourselves, and like this we find pearl from the inner of the deep sea. So he compares these two things. Here some more figure of speech which is used by the poet in the poem. In the line where wretchedness will hang its head. Here wretchedness is an abstract quality, means misery, and hangs its head is a human quality. When abstract things, or we can say non-living things, is spoken of as if a human beings, it means it is personification. Personification, figure of speech. So in this line the poet uses personification. And in third line of the first stanza there is also personification where love will bless the earth. Here love is also abstract noun, and blessing is a human quality. So in this line the poet is also uses personification. Now students, I want to tell the rhyming scheme of this poem. Look at the first stanza and see the last word of the first line. This is man, and the last word of the second line is scorn, and then the last word of the third line is earth, and the last word of the fourth line is adorn. Now which are the rhyming words in this stanza? That is scorn and adorn. In first stanza we can give the man A, and in second stanza scorn B, earth C, and adorn B. Now the rhyming scheme is A B C B. A B C B. Like this in second stanza, all, way, sol, day. Now the rhyming scheme is A B A B. Like this in third stanza, last word is white, B, earth, free. So we can give them A B C B. A B C B. In this stanza two rhyming words are be and free, so the rhyming scheme is A B C B. And in the fourth stanza, head, pearl, mankind, dream, world, there is no rhyming scheme in fourth stanza. Now dear students, I hope you have understood all the things very well. Please read the poem again and write down the meaning of the power words in your book. Thank you very much.